How's everybody doing today? All right. Yeah, I just wanted to we're gonna put it up a little high. Of course, as soon as we start recording, there's neighbors and we're out in the yard. You know how I like to be outside. I got the air conditioning going and everything is fine. You saw we come up with family. It's about family communication. This is about us. This is about family. This is about why we keep ourselves. We don't just keep ourselves for ourselves. We keep ourselves so that we can share ourselves with others, our family members, our loved ones, our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. So that's where we are today. We had plans to talk to you about chiropractic care today, but we're going to save that for another day. We're going to come in and talk about just exercising and warm-ups. There's not going to be a whole lot of conversation about the techniques of that. The techniques of it is on another video. And if you want special techniques about what we're talking about, you can contact me at themissionmatters@yahoo.com. And then we can have a conversation. We can trade numbers and then we can communicate. I put a link on my Facebook page talking about offering for 10 months of exercise. You want to read that? Go to my Facebook page. Check out that link. This is for our Northside Cougars class of 72 and any other Northside member that is and wants to participate in a 10-month training session. Okay, today's session is going to be about warm-up. So we got our little handy-dandy timer. We're going to set the timer for about 2 minutes, and we're going for it. Here we go. Oh, Out of the Darkness was the agency I used to walk with for suicide prevention. And so just wanted to show that and represent that we have families and we have our loved ones. And if we're experiencing any difficulties in that area, go ahead and contact me on that and we can share some information about that as well. It's a time and a season for harshness. There's a time and a season where the family is under attack. Time and a season for what we're going through. And so we have some challenges. And if we have those challenges, surely we can meet them on with different type of therapies that I have awareness of. I showed you this little foot pedal thing last week, and today we're going to put it into operation. So here we go. So you can just put it down on the floor, on the grass, on the ground. Get your feet in there. Maybe I need to bring the camera down a little more. Nope. You can see my legs moving. Get it situated and just pedal. Okay, the intent of the warm-up is to get the body moving. You don't have to just sit there with your arms. You can do the arms the same thing as doing with our legs. And we're outside. It's 100 and something degrees here. I'm fully dressed. For me, the intent is to get my hydration up throughout the day. Make sure my hydration is really in excess of my norm so that when time comes to do the exercise, my intent is to pump out. I haven't had anything but a half a smoothie, a half a banana, and some beet juice. I had banana, beet, pineapple, and cabbage juice. And so that's gonna get me going, burn some fat, excess. And I got a little excess fat in my core, and maybe you do too. And so the intent of the warm-up is to get the body moving. We're gonna do a full body workout. And so we can do the praise raise, of course, giving God honor and glory for having another day in our glorious body, honoring God with our body, with our spirit, as well as we do with our body. Know ye not that you're the temple of the Holy Spirit and you are not your own. You are bought with a price. We are bought with a price. Jesus paid the price, okay? So get it going. See how you feel. See how your movement is. I can tell you, the more stretching we do, the better we get, and the better we get, the more we can do. Then the more we do, the better we get, and the better we get, the more we do. So I can tell you I'm better because I do it. So go ahead and get your warm-up in. It ought to last about 2 minutes. We're planning on a 10-minute exercise regimen, but it may take 20 minutes. And the intent is to get through it. I'm going to time it today in intervals of 5 minutes. We'll see where we are in that, and we'll get it timed. Timer's about to go off. It's about to ding. Didn't ding. It didn't ding, but the timer's gone. Okay. Now also, we got the air conditioning going over on the side. If you need to, you got your chair relaxing. If you ever get outside or you get hot, have somewhere you can just sit, know how you're gonna fall, and know your fall prevention. Stop, stoop, drop, and roll. Over. And we bring the camera over a little bit. My timer didn't ding. And so we're gonna do all these exercises standing as well as sitting. But first, I'm gonna stretch a little bit. I can't drop down some. So I gotta make some adjustment to the tent. Technical difficulties always happen. So be prepared for them and be prepared to overcome, adapt, and overcome. Okay? It's all right. We'll get through it. There we go. See how we did that? And so here we go. Remember to get down, come down on your hands, one knee, other knee, and then climb on down. I remember to bring my mat. I remember to put on my belly band. So I remember a few things and had a little more time to plan today. You can have your strap that we can utilize to stretch ourselves. You can't reach all the way down and touch your toes like I can, but I can only do it because I've been doing my stretches. This is gonna last about 2 minutes. But this thing, for some reason, today is technical difficulty day. Don't want to click, but I'll keep my eye on it. So once you warm yourself up, we ought to do some kind of stretches. We warm up our legs, so we warm them better, stretch the legs. And also do the same thing with a strap that we can put on both feet at the same time. Put one over there, one over there. Grab the other one and stretch. Okay. Get it going differently. How about one over there, and one in the middle? Okay, you take one leg, stretch it, take the other one. You don't have to worry about holding your feet or reaching down and getting tired when you want to put them down. Just put one down or the other. Okay. Same thing for our arms. We can go ahead and stretch out our arms, reach behind you, reach up. We're going to be doing some things to raise up. Reach over the other one. Reach back with both of them. Reach out and stretch. Reach across. Reach across. Twist at the waist. Come to the front. Twist the other side. Come to the front. Reach out. Oh, go ahead and get you a good stretch. Don't stay down there too long because you might go to sleep. All right. Yep, that's about 2 minutes. And so we're going to start with the exercises. Since I'm already sitting down, I'm going to do some sitting down, and then I'll stand up. But it might be a good idea to just do them sitting down and then I'll do them standing up. How about that? We'll do 2 series, one sitting and one standing. Here we go. So I'm going to do sitting. The first exercise is done for the lateral arm extension, and it involves exercises for the lateral arm and the chest. Get my little table out of the way. Okay. And open. 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 We're just going straight to lateral, not so far behind you, all the way in front and all the way to the side. 5, 6. Okay. The next one is a loop band pull down, and it goes for the lats and the shoulders. The lats, the traps, and the shoulders. Okay. This one, hands up like the praise raise. Open your hands, reach down and pull like behind you. If we had a rope or a strap, we just put it behind us. So this time, just see how far you can pull, how far you can raise. 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. The third exercise is a seated bicep curl. So we're going to sit on the ground and do the bicep curl, and it's just seated and curl. 1, I can turn to the side a little bit so you can see it from an angle. 1, does that look better? 2, 3, you're doing okay. 4, 5, and 6. Very good. We can also do 1 at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 because it's 1 each. And we do 1 at a time so we can see which arm is feeling bad. And when you're doing 2 at a time, you see which one goes higher than the other one or reaching up higher than the other one. You want to see and measure and document how you're feeling so that when you talk to your therapists and doctors and those people who help you with that movement as well, you can talk to it about it and you can remember it yourself. Okay, this one is a loop band shoulder, which is done for the shoulders, the chest, the upper back, and the triceps. And this one is similar to the one we did in the beginning, where we open our hand this way. The only difference is this time we want to keep our elbows close to our body. And it's like reading a newspaper. Okay, you turn the page, open. Keep the elbows as close to the body as possible. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that's called the loop band shoulder tricep. Okay, now this one is hip abduction and adduction, designed for standing, but we can do it sitting, and it's done. The abduction is the side of outer or where the abdominals, the lateral abdominals. So you stand, you do it wide, but laying down. We go over on one side, and then just raise the leg up. Pardon me, turning my back on you. I'll turn this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Other side. Turn it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All righty. That was the lateral hip abduction, designed for the glutes, hamstrings, inner and outer thighs. The inner part is when you're bringing it back down, the inner is working and the outer is holding. When you take it out, the inner is holding and the out is flexing or going out. That was number 5. Number 6 is the hip extension. So this one, I'm going to turn over on my back, and that I'm going to raise my foot like I'm trying to kick my heel to the ceiling. Okay, I'm going to turn my back to you. I have to. So I'm going to look back at you. So we'll do one leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Be very careful with these because we're doing our lumbar spine. If we have some tightness in our lumbar spine, in our hips, glutes, be very careful. No matter how high you can raise them, it's getting them mobile to start moving them. Don't try to go to way up here just because you think you can and pull something out of place. Be very careful. Go easy, go low, and go slow. And then we'll be able to do it some more. That's one of those elementary rhymes right there. That was exercise number 6. I didn't turn the timer on, so we got 6 more, so I'm gonna put it on 5 minutes. See how we get through the next. The next one is the seated hip abduction. I need to go to a chair to do this one, so I'm gonna get up off the ground. Well, I'm gonna skip over to number, I don't do lunges in number 8. So the flutter kick, I'm gonna do the flutter kick and all the ones on the ground, and then I'll make the seated hip abduction last one right before we get up. How about that? It's all right? That's all right. So this is the flutter kick. We remember that, how we used to swim and do the flutter kick this way. 1, 2, you can lay all the way down. Do not have your back arch because they go hard on your back. Lay all the way down. Put your hand under your glutes to stabilize yourself or under your lower back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And that one is for your core. You have to hold the core stabilized in order to move your bottom. The core is staying still, which is from your Adam's apple or the bottom of your chin to the navel. That is our core. So that part is what we hold tight so that we can move the lower body. All right. All right. This one is a loop band bicycle. You bring in your, if you cannot bring your elbow to your knee, don't worry about it. Bring it as close as you can. If you're outside, you got some dust on your shoe, make sure you click it off so you won't get none of that stuff in your eye. Get on up on your mat. And we should go 1. Let's go straight to the same leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going very easy. Same elbow, same feet. That one again is designed for the core. The next one is a plank knee drive. So the difference in this one and the one we just did is we're going to go over in a push-up position, and we're going to do like a climbing, like we were baby crawling. Once they get really used to crawling, they get up on their hands and feet and move around. Those of us who had children and grandchildren, we know what I'm talking about. If you don't, just go back a ways and remember. I'm gonna angle my mat. Can you see me okay like that? And we're gonna go same knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 60. Remember, we did 3 last week. We're doing 6 this week. Catch your breath. And when we're doing these, I recommend no water, no drinking, because we could regurgitate and belch, and we don't want to aspirate that fluid from out of our gut down our lungs. So we definitely don't want to do that. If you're eating something, make sure you have at least a half an hour, if it's liquid, between your session. A little sips of water won't hurt because you'll sweat that out in a minute. Make sure your water is about room temperature, not ice cold, so it can go on in. The next one is also for the core and the glutes. We're gonna do the flutter kick plank together. It's called a banded plank or the plank kickback. Okay, it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Push up. Okay, that's it. We got through those in about 3 minutes. But again, remember to get up, use something sturdy, put one foot on the ground, other foot, knee on the ground, and get up. The last one we're going to do, my little foot stand came off. Now my chair is rocking. Not going to use this chair. It's uneven. Got our secondary chair. Got a little foot pedal out of the way. I don't need it anymore. And the first one, the 7th one we were supposed to be doing is the seated hip abduction. And your hands on your knees, resist, open, and close. I'll turn to the side. Open, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can go a little bit more active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because when we move to the band, we're gonna have to get our feet off the floor a little bit so we can open and close the band. So those were our 13 exercises, 12 exercises, actually 11 because we didn't do the lunges. I don't do lunges, but you can because it helps you with your balance. And it's designed for the glutes, the hamstring, quads, inner and outer thighs. Well, I will go ahead and show you a couple using the exercise, but I'm gonna do them standing. Okay, just for the lunges. If we want to do a lunge, we can do them like so. Hold on to your little walker. And that helps for climbing stairs. You know, you can do that and like going up the stairs and then bring the knee up. You know, we really don't bend that far when we're climbing the stairs, but it bends a little bit so we can take the pressure off and put it to the next one. Okay, the sideways lunges. To help with the hip abduction, be very careful if you have some hip that goes out of socket. Definitely don't do these. This is another reason I don't do lunges for seniors and those who have hip problems, because that hip, a lot of times we think we fall and break our hip, but what happens, one of my legs is shorter than the other one, this one's longer, so this one is jutting out more than this one, but this one is short, and so it's pushing out. You can see them bow legs. This one is more bow than the other. Back when we was in high school, bow leg was pretty and cool. They even call people by that name, bow leg. I thought I had some, but I didn't, and now I got them, and I don't like them. I hate them. But anyway, just be careful. Step to the side. Give you a little lateral strength, but be very careful with that. Okay. I said I don't do lunges, but I like to show for those that might want to do something. And I do them in the pool. They're even much better. So now we're going back through the same thing. I'm gonna set it on 5 more minutes, and we're going upper. That's a little too high, huh? I'll get on back. I don't need my mat right now. So now we're going right back through the same thing. 5 more minutes. We ought to be at about 12 minutes. So this will go pretty quick. The lateral arm ones, hands out. 1, 2, open the chest. Close the back, open the chest. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I can have a little sip of water because we're up and about. If you need it, get it. Remember, just enough to wet your whistle. Keep going. We can also do the praise raise again. 1, 2, 3. Can never get enough praise. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can see I got my feet a little about shoulder width apart. Could be a little wider. The wider you make your foot stance, the more stable it is. The closer they are together, the easier it is to fall. So don't put your feet right together and try and exercise. Open your feet a little bit, spread them out. Okay, the lateral arm extension. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Later on, 7. We'll get more active. 8. We'll do stuff like that. 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll get more active later, but we're progressing on. You know, we did 3 last week. We're doing 6 this week. But that was 12. Okay, the loop pull down, it ought to be 6. 1, see how your shoulders feel. 2, relax your shoulders. 3, 4, 5, 6. And this exercise is designed like if you're putting and taking clothes off the shelf in the laundry room, or you got a basket up high, or you got to put some groceries or sugar or whatever you're putting a pound up on the shelf, and you're putting it up there, or you're lifting the baby up, the grandbabies. Okay? Stretch so they won't fall on you. Strong going up, strong coming down so it won't fall on you. All right. The next one, we did seated bicep curls, and we're going to do standing bicep curls. 1, 2, 3, chest up. 4, 5, 6, alternate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 6 each. Okay. Little card, my little couple of card blew away. Okay. Next one was again that tricep for the shoulders, chest, upper back, and triceps. Again, like you were reading a newspaper and opening a page or reading a book. Designed to see if we're doing them and your arms floating out, that means there's some mechanical problems in our shoulders and it's not letting it stay when we open and close. Just notice how that is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. The next one is standing hip abduction. You can hold on to something or you can hold on to your handy dandy walker. Bring it down a little bit. That good right there? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to put my hand on my hip to feel if my backbone is slipping. You know, put your hand on your hip, let your backbone slip. Little silent walk and all that stuff. Okay, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pardon my back. Turn to you. 5, 6. Back to the other side. Remember, we did the kick back, the standing hip extension, kicking back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side. 1, 2. Help me to stand on this. My bad knee. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my bad knee, so it's hard to stand on it by itself. Okay. One we didn't do sitting down because we were doing them in and out. Show you the inner. That gets the inner leg. 1, 2. We need them inners because it helps take pressure and it makes the knee stabilize. 4, 5, 6. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And once we get real active, we can do them together. 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can do them together for the sake of time and activity. Pardon my back turn. Okay. Again, we did the seated abduction and adduction. So remember the frog. We can do that. That's for the seated hip abduction. This is a standing hip abduction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. The lunges, we just did them. Okay. We can do them standing. 1, 2, 3. And when you get better, you can go down a little further. 1, 2, 3. That's about 6. Okay. All right. Then the flutter kick. I'm gonna do them from a chair. The flutter kick. I'm gonna do them seated, but I'm gonna do them a little bit different. Okay. Here we go. Need a little card. Make sure I'm doing the right ones. Okay, flutter kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for these, doing them this way, for people who feel like, and I've talked to people who say they can get down on the floor, but it takes them a very long time or very difficult to get up. You can do them from your chair, the flutter kick, as well as on the floor. So I'm showing them from the chair instead of on the floor. The one for your knee to elbow, and bring it up a little bit. They even want to get in a softer, sturdier chair. I'm going to go over to my other chair and do this one. This one has a good back on it, and it's fully sturdy. You don't have to worry about it breaking or falling. 1, 2. Don't pull on your neck. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then I get some of this air conditioning. That feels really good. Air blowing right on me. I like that. And they're really handy. I've had it for years. You can buy, I don't know what the price of them are now, but it was pretty inexpensive when I bought mine. The next one will be the plank. So I'm gonna do them from the chair instead of getting down on the floor. If you can hold on to your chair, and you can do the same thing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The last one, last but certainly not least, is the bandit, the kickback. So we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that's it. Now it's time for our cool down. Okay. So I'm gonna sit down here in front of the air conditioner, bring it up a little bit. So we're about to wrap it up. We're gonna do our cool down and stretches. Pardon me turning my back on you. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of doing the band on the floor, I mean the bicycle on the floor, I'm gonna do the bicycle with my hands. We're gonna cool down and stretch, and we'll be done. So remember, I showed you that you can do it. So I'm gonna count to 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 4, 5, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Very good. So that's about a minute warm up, warm down, cool down. Don't forget your stretches. Remember, we like to do a praise raise at the end. You can see I got a little sweat going. I'm feeling really sweaty. You know, do your stretches. We start off with a praise. We end up with a praise. We also end up with a hug, called my hug therapy. So praises in the raises in the beginning and the end, and hugs in the end for sure. Other side, switch. See how far you can hug compared to what you did last week. Okay, that's it. That's it for today. You can also use your band to stretch, but that's it. Thanks for coming on with Shadon for our exercise session. Remember, it's all about family. It's all about take good care of you. We'll see you next week. Come on back anytime. There's some links that's going to be on to help you understand the therapy sessions. Next week's session, we hope will deal with chiropractic care, and then the following one will deal with more stretches and other stretch session with Stretch Zone. Do them all. Do good for yourself. Do something for yourself. God loves you, and so do I. See you next week. Shalom. Bye, y'all.